there is an interesting situation. Hincapié, with his bid from Tottenham in the morning, not enough for Bayer Leverkusen, loan with obligation. Leverkusen didn't accept that, but also the player didn't accelerate in talks with Tottenham. Why? Because he's in advanced talks with Arsenal about their project, their view, and potential personal terms. Personal terms will not be an issue. For Hincapié to Arsenal, he's very keen on the project of Mikel Arteta, so attracted by this possibility. Now, for Hincapié to go to Arsenal, obviously outgoings can be important. Kivior, the situation of Zinchenko, let's see what's going to happen there. Kivior, I told you about Porto, and more. So let's follow that situation. But in case Hincapié leaves Bayer Leverkusen, one of the options could be Manuel Akanji. Akanji, who is attracting a lot of interest in the market. Man City accepted a bid from Galatasaray a few days ago. That bid was £15 million. So club to club done, but what's needed is still the green light from the player, and at the moment Akanji is still not accepting Galatasaray. So let's see what happens there. Bayer Leverkusen are interested in the player in case Hincapié leaves and goes to Arsenal, so let's follow also that situation, but for sure defenders will be an interesting topic for these final days, because obviously a player of the level of Manuel Akanji will also be interesting to follow and monitor in the final days of the window. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at Chelsea. I told you about Nkunku, Bayern, Leipzig, but also Aston Villa, my exclusive story from the weekend. Nico Jackson, as I told you guys, many clubs involved. Bayern keep calling, so Bayern are in the mix. Bayern are there for Nico Jackson. Then there is the interest again from Newcastle, interest from Aston Villa, so several clubs calling for Jackson. Let's see what happens maybe with other top clubs around Europe interested in the next days, because Jackson is probably now the next big piece among strikers on the market who can go in the next days, and he's expected to leave Chelsea. So let's follow the situation, because Bayern keep calling. They spoke to Chelsea again in the recent hours. Newcastle keep considering internally Jackson and made some contact with his camp. Aston Villa would love to get the player. Unai Emery is pushing a lot, but this depends on what happens with the other clubs. And then let's see if some other top clubs around Europe can be interested in Nicolas Jackson, because I think that situation would be interesting for Jackson in the next days. Chelsea exits. We said about Nkunku, we said about Jackson, we said today about Disasi and Bournemouth. Now, Tyreek George, Roma are interested in the player. Roma, who had contacts for Sancho, but Sancho is still not opening the door to an exit to join Roma. Now, Roma are talking to the same agent of Jadon Sancho, but for Tyreek George. So negotiations ongoing. Chelsea favor a permanent deal, but with a heavy sell-on clause, similar to what happened with Renato Vega, similar to what happened with Carney Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka and Marcelino to Dortmund, both deals are completed, but Chelsea, if they sell Tyreek George to Roma or to Red Bull Leipzig, because there is also Leipzig and Bundesliga clubs interested in the player, in that case, they want a heavy sell-on clause included in the package. So let's follow the situation, because for sure it's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on in the next days and hours, because of course he's an important player, while I keep checking my phone because there are many news coming every minute, so I will be always updating you guys even when we are here doing the video. Let me remind you also about Dani Ceballos, because for Dani Ceballos there is a negotiation ongoing. Olympique Marseille, Real Madrid, loan with obligation to buy. This is the formula of the deal for Dani Ceballos. So negotiation underway with the player and with Real Madrid trying to reach an agreement. Then I wanted to add also, guys, something for you on Etta e Young. This talent